All right, welcome into another day of our daily Devos in the Psalms. I am Pastor Rick, and we are on our way to completing Psalm 23. Today is the final episode, the final endeavor of Psalm 23. So when we get done today, you just pat yourself on the back because you made it. You made it through Psalm 23. I know you were thinking, oh my goodness, how many days can he get out of this one psalm? We have lots of psalms to go through, so I certainly am not running short on chapters to talk about, but I just really felt like there was so much good stuff in this chapter that it was worth our time to take it a little by little. And so here we are. We're going to finish up verse 6 today. So we'll go ahead and read the whole thing, and then we'll jump in to our final verse. So the Lord is my shepherd. I have what I need. He lets me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He renews my life. He leads me along the right paths for his name's sake. Even when I go through the darkest valley, I fear no danger, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Only goodness and faithful love will pursue me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord as long as I live. All right, there you go. There's this great psalm. We got to read it yet again. And just let those words kind of wash over us a little bit. And today we're going to talk about, I will dwell in the house of the Lord as long as I live. And, it is kind of possible that David had some thoughts about the temple, worship, kind of a thing, but probably was thinking a little bit more along the lines of a sheep and a house and just the Lord as our shepherd. And so it's not inaccurate to think of David as talking about, the temple and going to worship and that kind of thing. But it's like there's this greater picture of dwelling with the Lord, with the Lord's people. And just the whole shooting match, of what God is restoring us to over time. And so I will dwell in the house of the Lord as long as I live. When the winter season came on for the sheep, they got to come back kind of to the shepherd's house. Like, not like they lived in the house, but they got to come back to the shepherd's property area, and they're in a closer, tight-knit vicinity. And when you have a great shepherd, then that kind of a hanging out at the home of the shepherd is a good deal, because you're going to be taken care of. You're going to have what you need. You're going to get water to drink and food, and you're going to be saved from all of the pests that might try to get you. You're going to be, taken care of as far as not getting any infections, and you're just all the things that the shepherd is going to take care of. You want to dwell in the house of the Lord. And also because everybody is doing well and healthy and strong, then it's like a great place to hang out, great environment. And I think that there's also this eternity perspective, I think, that kind of flows out of this psalm, and that is that I'm going to dwell in the house of the Lord. Some translations even say forever, that not just all the days of my life, but that forever I'm going to dwell with the Lord forever. That we could even turn our mindset just a little bit towards the eternal, and that is another part of what helps us be full of hope, be full of confidence, be not shaken by our circumstances. And, when you start comparing, if we can live as people that recognize what the Lord as our shepherd, what he brings to us, how good he is, how faithful, if we, preached that message, if we lived that message, how much more so would people be drawn to the beauty of the gospel if we just, in some senses, spend a little bit more time talking about how wonderful our shepherd is, and maybe a little less on, how bad or evil we think other people might be. Again, not a problem to confront sin and that kind of thing. But man, I think the testimony of who God is and declaring the good news of who he is and what he's done for us really is the thing that begins to draw people unto himself. It is God's kindness that draws us to repentance. And so we definitely want to show God's kindness, and the fact that we get to dwell in the house of the Lord as long as we live is such a beautiful promise for us to hang on to when life is hard, when circumstances are rough. You know what? This is the closest to hell that you're ever going to get. This is the closest to suffering that you're ever going to get. And the glory of eternity that we're being called into is so much better than anything you can fathom, that Paul called everything here this light and momentary affliction compared to what he was being called into. And so there is something really healthy about having that eternal perspective about dwelling in the house of the Lord forever and ever, that I think gives us boost. It gives us strength to walk out this life even when it gets tough. So there you have it. We have completed Psalm 23. I told you, give yourself a pat on the back. If you're enjoying these videos, why don't you like and subscribe, and maybe even share the video with a few friends, 1, 2, 12, whatever. It's cool. Just share the video, and I'd love to, add a few more people into our kind of daily Devos crew. Also, drop in the comments what you think has been your favorite verse or your favorite phrase out of this psalm. Maybe the part that kind of spoke to you the most. And tell me what psalm you're most anticipating us getting to. Like, what psalm are you most looking forward to in our daily Devos in the Psalms? So that'd be fun. Hope to hear from a couple of you, maybe 100 of you, whatever. It's cool. And hope you have a great day today. God bless you, and I'll see you tomorrow.